Alright, sorry about that brief interruption. Let's see here. We were training some troops with the idea of making good our losses in that rather disastrous auto-resolve of the Siege of Akarn. And I think we do have enough money to contemplate doing a bit more building. Erebos has finished with the trader, so let's now work on control posts, seeing as we share a border with Rovanian, and we are going to want to build up a bit of a deterrent here. We may end up being at war with Rovanian soon. Let's see how this all goes. Well, he does not look so attractive. Incompetent governor, incompetent commander. He is a plainsman of the tribe of the Wain. He's youthful. That's about the only thing he's got going for him. He is charismatic, but I'm going to say no. Karn has repaired that stockade, and we recruited a bunch of troops from all over. Harondor and Khand are allied. Okay. That makes sense. Harondor is at war with the Dunabar, who's allied with me. And so the enemies of me and the Dunabar are now making an alliance. That would make me feel a little bit better if I wasn't so sure that I would be going to war with the Dunabar soon, but it is what it is. And unfortunately, it looks like Athride Morn is going to remain in Adunabar's hands for the foreseeable future.
Move out of moves. Yes, Captain. Move. Unable to move.
He was going to get retrained.
Yes. Forward. Unable to move. March. March. No more moves. Move. Unable to move.
Okay, we will have to keep our eye on any other armies. Yep, and here they come. Fortunately, these are pretty small. This is the big army that we were observing being mustered outside of their old capital. Let's see if we can get a look at the composition. Ooh, okay. They've got Variag warriors. Now, these are a really tough unit, but they can be vulnerable to missile fire and repeated cavalry charges. These are basic truisms of Total War. So it might be a requirement that we get Brada down here. 2 turns left for control posts in Moldin. Do I want to spend any more in training? I could afford it. Making a good deal of money for armies. Let's see, 1 turn left for provincial pacification. Let's do this. Let's attack this army. Lieutenant Borthand. They're going to retreat. They don't like those odds. And let's go ahead. We've got 1 archer and 1 slinger. That should be enough to handle these outriders. And I'm not at all worried about the nomadic watchmen, but we do need to get rid of this army, otherwise it could be a major nuisance for Moldin, and it could just join forces with a larger army. So let's do it. Have our first battle in a little while. So my sainted mother volunteered to take the kids next door. I live right next door to my parents, which is fantastic, actually, especially if you have children like I do. So she offered to take them next door. That was the phone call you heard at the end of the last bit there. And I locked myself out of the house as part of getting them ready to go. So there's a bit of a delay in between these. But here we are back in the action. Okay, it is a rainy day. I'm going to just start deploying. I think the weather is fine for my purposes. And here we've got our main forces. The spearmen are making up the center. and the axemen are the flanks. I think that's pretty reasonable. I am going to move up my missile troops, though. I want them to take out the enemy archers. Okay, the Waynes. This is our other family member. I'm going to put him sort of in a blocking position in case any of the enemy horse archers swing around and start wanting to hit my Waynes. I'm going to have this bodyguard try to soak that damage. The reason being the bodyguard will respawn. It'll reform itself if they take any losses, as long as the actual captain survives. Excuse me for another moment.